We go, and Scott Devers, who has a total of 15 strikes in his 2 victories, will shoot first on the left lane. Chris Warren finished 33rd. Dave Ferraro 34th. Walter Ray Williams 37th. Scott Devers continuing to show his talent today. He is a 3-time champion, yet has to qualify in every tournament, Bo.
Still on the Rabbit squad. There's only 64 exemptions available each year to the tournament field. You have to finish in the top 64 on points, and Devers hasn't made it yet.
David Traber, he hopes to get out of that Rabbit squad too. He's a non-winner, and it's his first television career appearance.
Traber with a fairly simple style, 4-step delivery, slightly delayed push away, medium-high backswing, good loft over the line. A style very similar to almost Scott Devers. He plays the down and in shot.
Our second right-hander in our telecast today, the other being Billy Hall of lovely Marion, Ohio.
And our tournament leaders, another left-hander, Joe Salvemini, who's trying to break a string of 4 straight second-place finishes. Hard to break that string when you get on that negative attitude, but let's see who's going to be the challenger. Semifinal match. Looking up the lane at Dave Traber.
David Traber, our first look at him here on ABC. And he opened with a spare and then a strike. Now Scott Devers, second frame, strike up. Six-pin.
You can see the lane starting to hook a little bit more. Now, we've talked about carry down or oil carry down in previous telecasts this summer. We saw it in Vegas, Fresno, Phoenix. But on these synthetic lanes, the ball starts to hook later on in the telecast. Now, look for the players to increase their speed and have real good carry. A little bit different characteristic to these lanes.
Scott Devers spare, his 12th television appearance, his 4th here in 1990 and 2nd in a row.
Devers going to some rosin for his thumb. Scott had a great year in 1988, winning $94,260 plus. And in 1989, he strained his lower back, moving some material out of a truck, and he really struggled and only won $29,000. He looks like he's back on track right now in 1990.
Finished 3rd last week, and over $41,000. Now David Traber, who won the Fairlanes National Resident Pro Championship in Phoenix in 1986, which qualified him for the Firestone, and he finished tied for 27th in 87.
Good all-around player. He's getting his feet wet on the big tour.
And that's part of the baptism of fire, isn't it?
Well, Chris, it's so hard to keep from pulling the ball under pressure. Even a veteran, when he gets a number of strikes in a row or maybe needs a strike for a title, has a tendency to miss left. And you see a young player here, a little bit apprehensive, to say the least, in the championship round, pulling the ball, leaving a very difficult split.
Earlier, we had a chance to talk to David Traber. We asked him how he got started in bowling.
Well, I started out in the junior programs. My parents got our whole family involved in it. My brother's a good bowler, and I started men's league when I was 15, and I bowled with my brother a lot, and that helped me a lot out here because it was just some experience, the competition of bowling against him. And we got into regional programs about at the same time, and then I just wanted to come out here, and I hope to do well today.
So the young man that is looking for his first PBA full tour victory, David Traber, will be back. Lamond leading. Good news for the USA. And the leader here. He has won 2 matches prior to coming into the semifinal. Scott Devers leading by 14 over David Traber. Left the 7-pin on the right lane. In 1989, Scott won $29,000. Last year, or rather this year, over 41. So he's really coming to the front. And up front now with our next bowler is Nelson Burton.
Thank you, Chris. Our tournament leader, Joe Salvemini. You're my pick to win, Joe, but you're on a string of second-place finishes. How do you intend to change that today?
Well, I can't say that it's not on my mind, but I'm just going to take the same approach that I have the last few weeks and just go out and try to bowl the best I can. Ball's reacting pretty good. If everything holds up, and all I have to do is make the shots, I think I'll be there.
All right, good luck. We'll know in about 25 minutes. Back to you, Chris.
That was Scott Devers with another strike here in the semifinal game. Scott's last win, 1988, his third title, and that came in Austin, Texas. Our assistant up here, David Allen, from Austin, Texas. All right. David Traber, with that double, has cut Scott Devers' lead to 4 pins in the semifinal.
We saw Billy Hall, who really struggled. First time ever in a championship round of any type. David Traber told me he's bowled 15 to 20 championship rounds at the regional level. That's the regional PBA program, 7 regions around the country. David, one of the tops in the Midwest.
Fortunately, only the 610 with that high hit.
A lesson to be learned watching these players today is, number one, finish your follow-through. David just cut his follow-through very short. Now watch this shot here. He plays the right line, just throws the ball, pulls that follow-through right back. A little more extension, that ball would have set up and hooked a little bit later and possibly hit in the pocket.
Remember, the winner of this game will meet Joe Salvemini, to whom Bo just talked.